YouTube friends, it's Ranee from the Woolly Llama shop, and I don't know if I can do it. There's Shadow. We are back for an update. Yeah, it's been a really long minute since you've seen me. And so long in fact, I've even forgotten. I think it was the first part of April. Um, it's been it's been a while. Safe to say. And I'm sorry, I'm so sorry to keep you all in suspense after I was posting so regularly there for a while. Life just got super complicated and busy. I think the last any of you knew, unless you're new here, the last any of you knew, I went to work back at the rehab hospital. And that has been rough. So that's when things started to kind of go. So I took a kind of a, I was doing, let's see, I did a couple of the spring, well, just photo type sharing of the different people submitting pictures to me, which, by the way, I really appreciate that, because if it were not for you folks continuing to send me pictures, I might have just kind of slipped on out of YouTube again. And, just kind of, but you guys keep reminding me that there are people out there doing the things that, just doing things and sharing them with me. And I feel like I still need to stay connected to my YouTube family. And so I owe y'all a debt of gratitude for continually posting and texting and emailing. And even though I haven't been watching YouTube, I'm horrible. I have not been watching YouTube. I have not even been watching TV. Nothing. Occasionally I'll listen to Spotify, which is like a radio app. If y'all don't know it, it's music, and I'll tell you why my life is kind of, why I've gone into this quiet contemplation, or why I kind of slid into that. So, I don't know. I guess it's some kind of a sensory thing where I just get so overstimulated by noise and lights and sounds and busyness. And so my job at the hospital, I deal with a lot of that all day long. And so at the end of the day, well, for one, I don't have time when I come home. It's like, get up, go to work, come home, go to bed, get up, go to work, come home, go to bed. And then I have my days off. But even on my days off, I just kind of want to decompress, and I don't want to deal with lights and sounds and people and stuff. I don't want to deal with it. I just want to be, I just want to be quiet and have quiet and just sit on my back porch and just do my own thing. So, that is a lot in why I don't, I never really was a big TV watcher, but I did enjoy YouTube because, it kept me connected with people. And there were certain shows that I would watch that I would, on streaming. I mean, we don't have cable or anything, so it's all streaming. But, no, it's just like, anyway. So I had even really given up knitting and crocheting. I think the last time I knitted was my rheumatology appointment like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. I don't even remember when my last rheumatology appointment was. It was like not the last week of April, but the week before. So like the third week of April. And then, because I had like several appointments right there. I had doctor's appointments like the last 2 weeks of April. And so that was the last time I knitted. Crochet, now I can't say that because I did have my little lady at the nursing home asked me to make some little of the cell phone holders. So I have crocheted recently. But before that, I don't even remember. I was still crafting, but I had been, and you guys remember the little teaser post that I gave you for my spring project. So I had kind of switched gears a little bit back into sewing, hand sewing. And so that's kind of where I went. And then I will finish that project, by the way, and I will share the directions with you because it's a free project. You can either hand sew that or machine sew it, either way. But I had been hand sewing. I make hand quilts by hand, and then I quilt them by hand. I put them all together by hand. And so this requires very little effort of my brain. It just does. I mean, it's still crafting, it's still creating, it's still not letting me sit around and be, bored. But of course the shop too. We've been working with the shop, but I just had no desire to knit or crochet. Just none. So that took me up until, I want to say May the 3rd. May the 3rd, because May the 4th be with you, Star Wars Day, we headed on vacation. I don't know if I think I made a post that the Woolly Llama went on vacation. We went on vacation with my son and my son's girlfriend, who is now his fiance, and her family. We went to New Orleans, and my husband and I went up first, and we spent a day and a half, day and 3/4 up there without them. We rented a nice little, I don't know what it was, honestly. I thought it was kind of a hotel, but I've never stayed in a hotel where you could have 3 rooms. It was like a little apartment, honestly. It had 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. Very nice place. And, everybody stayed together in the same place so we could spend more time together and not have like separate hotel rooms. And so we went up first, got everything all settled and arranged. They came up later the next day, and we spent, let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days in New Orleans. We ate and laughed and had a great time and watched Star Wars movies all together. The kids and her parents had been in Florida together, and then they came from Florida to New Orleans. And so then when everybody left, they went back to Florida. The kids came to Texas with us, and they spent from Thursday evening until Sunday morning with us. And we continued to watch Star Wars and play board games and eat and have fun and be reined in. Just, the rain kept us all in. So that kind of took up all of last week. And then this week, I had Monday and Tuesday off. And we had some stuff we had to do, errands and things. Had to go see my mother-in-law for her, Happy Mother's Day. So yeah, Tuesday. I don't remember what else. Oh, yes, Tuesday. So, Tuesday of this week. So I went for a job interview. Remember the air quotes, y'all. And so the position is for an adjunct clinical instructor at Lamar Institute of Technology, which is a local university in Beaumont, down that way. Oh, there's Shadow. He's back. And so, job interview, right? So I find my way up to the department. I don't know what she is. I don't know. The lady who I was supposed to meet. I think she's the department head, maybe? Anyway. And she's like, "Oh, hey, you're here right at the perfect time. Here's the faculty." I'm like, okay. And so she introduces me as introduces me as the new adjunct clinical instructor. Hello? Okay, thanks. Thanks for the new job. So I guess she'd already made up her mind she wanted to hire me. And some of my friends will be surprised because I have not told you this. Um, I don't know. I don't know where I've been, honestly, why I haven't told them, but I just realized I hadn't told them. So, well, probably because I had to work the last 2 days. But, so I was like, I'm floored, and I'm glad. The position is not exactly mine yet. You know how you have to jump through the hoops and you have to be certified and accredited and all that business. Whatever, they have to make sure your credentials match who you say you are. And so if all goes well, maybe I can not work at the rehab hospital anymore. I don't know. So an adjunct position means that it's a non-benefits job. She said she would try to get me full-time hours, but there are no benefits involved. So that means I would have to go back on my husband's insurance. So, the great thing about that is that right now I'm in a place where my health isn't doing too bad. I other than being mentally drained and overstimulated, I mean, the rest of my body's great. You know, I don't feel bad. You know, as far, I mean, my kidneys are about the same as they've always been. They haven't gotten any worse. They haven't gotten any better, but, you know, rheumatology, nothing's changed. Still in the same place. My eye is well healed. I don't have to go back till December. So, you know, I'm kind of back in that place where I'm at status quo. So, you know, I mean, I don't know. But if y'all remember, my husband's insurance was ick, and that's why I went to the rehab hospital in the first place, was because, you know, I needed the better insurance. So it's kind of a, and this may turn into a better job. I mean, it may turn into a faculty position later on, which, if you're new here, I have my master's degree in nursing education. So that's what I've been trying to do since 2021, is teach nursing instead of being a nurse, you know. So, I mean, I'll always be a nurse, but, you know, I'd rather teach nurses than be a floor nurse. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction. Hopefully y'all be seeing more of me, but I just don't know what the future holds. You know, if I take this job and it's not full-time hours, I'm going to have to find full-time hours elsewhere. So, you know, I may have to take a PRN job. And, you know, for those of you who don't understand medical stuff, PRN is just, you know, like at the nursing home, I have to work 1 day a month. Just as they need me 1 day a month, I have to work 8 hours to retain my job there. So, you know, I've been working there some, and just to kind of keep my foot in the door. And I may have to do something like that at the rehab hospital, just to kind of, you know, supplement my income if the clinical instructor job doesn't give me enough hours. Which, you know, we didn't discuss pay yet. We haven't done any of that, and I may not be able to take it if it's not enough pay, you know. Because even though I like to say I don't work for a living, I do work for a living. I mean, I don't do what I do for the money, but I do. Money pays the bills. But it's not all about the money. If I were in this job for the money, I would find the job that pays the most and I would stay there. But I keep going back and forth between low-paying jobs and high-paying jobs. Low-paying. Anyway, I'm not a nurse for the money. So, became a nurse to help people. So, so basically that has been my life. Wednesday, Thursday I went to work, and today is Friday, and here we are. So that's been the last probably almost a month, I think. And it just has slipped by me so fast. Do I wish I had more time to spend with y'all? Yes. Do I wish I could go back to my nursing home job where I had 5 days off sometimes? I mean, I do love the nursing home. I do love those people. I love those little ladies and their incessant, they follow me around and chitter chatter with me, and, but I don't know. I like old people, okay? Maybe it's because I don't have parents anymore. Maybe it's because I like the stories that old people tell. I like the history. I don't know. I don't know. They're just my people. I'm probably the youngest old person you will ever meet because they're my people. But anyway, so I am, and against my better judgment, I want to show y'all something, but I don't know if my son and future daughter-in-law watch my videos or if they just listen to them. Or, well, my son says he listens to them and tries to kind of watch. So I don't know if he's telling me the truth or just trying to be a good son and make me happy. But I am making a very special wedding gift, and it is going to greatly decrease any other project time that I have for anything else, because I only have, oh, by the way, the wedding is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, 2027. So I've got less than a year to get their wedding present done. Now, yes, they are big Star Wars fans. I forgot the best part of this whole story. Star Wars themed wedding in Florida on the beach, close to where her parents live, which is fine. I like going to the beach. No complaints here. I wouldn't want them to have a wedding here in Silsbee anywhere. What anyway? I don't know what we'd probably triple the population for their wedding. They wouldn't know how to take care of all of us. It's okay. I'll go to the beach. And besides that, it's closer for them to go to Florida, and everybody who's coming with them down this way or down that way. It's closer to go to Florida than I don't know. Don't know. But anyway, doesn't matter. Wedding, Florida, May the 4th, 2027. So, back to the present. So I found, while we were in New Orleans, I hunted up craft shops. I found the colors. I found these two. I asked them what their favorite colors were. Blue and green. That was the colors. I found a green piece of fabric and a blue piece of fabric, because this is going in the gift, right? I also found Star Wars fabric, and it is blue. So it fits the theme of the quilts. I'm hand piecing them a quilt, and I already got, it was going to be a double wedding ring quilt because it's a wedding, right? Wedding ring. I found one I liked better. It was called the Ruby Ring double ruby ring. I don't know. But anyway. Goodness. Bless me. Whew. That was awful. So, this is what the blocks look like. And I'm sorry, son and Bailey, if you're watching. Don't mean to ruin the surprise. But this is the first little mid part of the block that I got done. I just have to do the corner on this one. And if you see Mario, and he matches the theme. He's on blue. My son likes Mario. I think they both like Mario. And then there is an old-fashioned truck here. It's going to be kind of like an I Spy quilt. I'm so sorry, y'all. This one is a piece of, and they won't know this unless I tell them, a piece of Disney dogs in blue. But I just, I went from the edge. I was trying to get as much of the blue as possible, and I couldn't quite fit a whole dog in there, but later on, I will get a dog in there. And then there's a little paw print and a little ice cream cone. And then on the other side, I don't have any cool green ones to put in there just yet. But I did incorporate the green and the blue piece that I bought in New Orleans because that's where he proposed to her. That was the whole trip. I'm just jumping this whole thing out of order. Okay, so while we were in New Orleans, he proposed to her, and she said yes, of course. Like, who would tell my son no? I don't know. But anyway, so he proposed. She said yes. I already had this in my brain because I knew what was going to happen. So I found 2 pieces of fabric to match their colors. Then this central piece right here, this kind of a blue-green color, aqua, teal, whatever you want to call this color here, this blue-green color. I found a whole bunch of that, like 5 yards, because I had to have enough. And if there's enough, I will put it on the back also. But all of that in the place where he proposed to her. I mean, in the city where he proposed to her, not in the park. And so, that will take a big chunk of my time. I still plan on doing other craft-alongs, but I'm going to have to rely on my other friends, my other content creators to help me, because I do enjoy giving out the patches. I do. I mean, I just need to get back into it. In fact, after I do this video, I'm going to do another video to do it, like the pictures and the patches and the whole, that's my whole little checklist so I can mail stuff out to you guys. And so that's my next video after this one. But I'm just not going to be able to present, I mean, I might be able to come up with like one thing or something, I just don't know. I need some comments in the comments down below as to how this should work, how I should proceed, because I do like giving away patches. I feel like, it's good for you guys to see the quality of my work. It's kind of like a, even if you guys don't ever buy anything from me, it might be that you say, hey, I know this person who has an embroidery shop. They do fabulous work. I don't know. I don't know. Just like giving stuff away. I've made so many friends on YouTube, and now it's the cool kids club. Now, believe it or not, I'm not putting mine on anything. They go on my embroidery machine in there. I put magnets on the back of mine, and I put them on my embroidery machine. But in all fairness, I keep the first one of everything I do. I mean, I have all sorts of practice sheets around this house, and they're just like pieces of fabric that have, So anyway, my nose is itchy. I'm gonna sneeze again soon. But just give me some comments. My next patch that Derek and I had planned on doing was the summer one. If anybody's interested in doing a summer craft along, kind of along the same lines as these, you're more than welcome to email me and express your interest. Because I got to keep these patches going for you crazy patch fiends, I gotta, because I've started an addiction, and now I've got to keep fueling that addiction. But, if this is, if you're, not really interested or whatever, because the embroidery shop is still here, still open, still doing stuff. We're just, we're doing the t-shirts now for the heat press. We're busy with things, but we're never too busy to do the patches. So whatever suggestions you have, email me, drop me a link in the comment down below, and drop me, what I'm saying, down below, comments, leave one. There you go. Or email me. My email is always in the description box. I have rambled on for almost 30 minutes. So I am going to cut this one off so I can get on to the next one, because it's already almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I still got stuff to do. But I will see you on the next one, and thanks so much for watching. I do really love you, and I do really miss you, and I promise one of these days I will start watching YouTube again. I promise. Catch you on the next one.